Hi, I'm Marek Reichman. I'm Chief Creative Officer for Aston Martin, and I'm here to talk to you all about DBX, our brand new luxury SUV. The proportion is as much to do with the visual language as it is to do with the driving dynamics. So if we look at the front of DBX, you'll notice a very short front overhang because we've pushed the engine as far back as we could to almost create a front mid-engine layout. And that emphasizes the Aston Martin grille. This is probably the biggest Aston Martin grille we've ever developed because as the first SUV, we really wanted to show that it's an Aston Martin with a very, very typical form language to the grille. You'll notice the inflection, the Aston Martin feeling, the wrap of the grille, real aluminium extruded sections for the grille, so it's metal to touch, beautifully crafted. Again, we look at the badge, made by Vortons, enameled. You can also get this badge in a carbon fiber or an all black finish, but it's made as a piece of jewelry, handmade in the jewelry district. And lower down in the car, you'll see this carbon fiber splitter, which starts to take the air under the car and feeding some of the cooling for brakes and obviously radiator through the grille as well. We don't want built-up air pressure gathering at the front of the car, but we do need a hard cut-off point to ease the airflow down the side of the car. Here we have the daylight running light, and on the inside of the light is an air intake that relieves the high-pressure air built up and feeds it into the wheel arch and dissipates the air, so you're not getting that high-pressure build-up. You start to see a very typical Aston Martin feeling and shape to the headlamp. It has a character. All Aston Martins have a character. If we come down to the side of the car, you'll see it's got a traditional Aston Martin side strake, really telling you this is an Aston Martin. From every aspect, from the front, from the side, from the rear of the car, you'll see Aston Martin in its DNA. Diamond turned wheels on a 22-inch wheel with a black inner really emphasize, again, the precision nature of all the componentry that sit on DBX. Air out from the front wheel arch in terms of lift comes through this feature here, so we're taking that high pressure air away from the front wheel arch, giving again more stability for Matt and his team to make this car drive and ride incredibly well. If we come down to the lower area, you're looking for better airflow along the side, so it exits cleanly and you have much better aero count. We're also using the golden proportion, that 1/3 to 2/3 relationship. We're putting the car in shadow here so that your mind is really reading the upper part of the car in relation to the glass house, so you get that proportional relationship. Plus, it looks as though it's lifted off the ground and it's moving even when it's static. We use all the principles of design in the same way that we develop our sports cars, so it truly is the Aston Martin of SUVs. And as we come to the back of the DBX, it's really important to look at the aerodynamics that form the functionality and part of the design language at the back of the car, because the aerodynamics is integrated within the body form. You'll see the very, very typical Aston Martin flick and inflection, which reflects the grille shape at the front. So important because this ducktail actually provides several counts of downforce to keep the back of DBX very, very stable. And also uniquely, you'll notice no rear wiper because a lot of the cleaning of the windscreen is done by this unique spoiler system that has a separated air function. So air attached to the screen, cleaning, and obviously air over the top of the spoiler, which helps again in counts of downforce to keep this car agile and perfectly poised on the road. Keeping the rear overhang short, obviously reducing the masses at the back of the car, both visually and through the weight at the back of the car as well, giving that very, very agile feel. But what it helps us to do is cut off the visual length of the car, so you get the appearance of something very, very sporting, and the muscularity around the rear arch as though the wheels are pushing their way through the body, all defined by that beautiful crease that goes from front to back of the car. And then obviously as we've come lower down the back of the car, all the way down to the rear diffused area, the rear diffuser, which is really important for aerodynamic functionality. And you see these carbon fiber vanes that help exit the air, but also keep the air in control. So Matt Becker and his team have every possibility to get this car to be as stable as it possibly can at speeds on the road. And of course, practicality in that boot volume, 632 litres. All of the technology in here to keep things stowed safely, the runners that sit down the side, again, real aluminium extrusions that sit there with all the fixing points, and 62 litres of volume hidden underneath the floor for anything that you want to keep safe, and then brushed aluminium so you protect the back of the car as you're loading things in. So you can see the brush lines again, hinting at that hand-built perfection. So as we come to the inside of DBX, you really start to see the true feeling of an Aston Martin. We know all about the proportion and the love of the exterior. This is about the sumptuous materials, the authenticity of the real metal parts, the glass switches, the real carbon fibers, the bridge of weir Scottish leather. You even get a really nice aroma from the leather on the inside of the car. The stitch detailing, everything on an Aston Martin is hand stitched together on the inside. The broguing that you see that you would typically see in the fashion industry, in shoe design, and that beautiful combination of colours and materials and the harmony between them. That's what the inside of DBX is all about, and all of that with 5 people in mind. 2 6'4" people in the front, and in the rear 3 6'4" people, so 5 people my height comfortably in DBX.